Welcome back. You're listening to The Neighbor Ladies. I believe this is episode 13. All kinds of stuff going on. We're going to talk about the GOP rape advisory chart. Is this a tornado advisory chart thing? I have no idea. We're going to find out more about this later. But we've got Boston, Suzanne, Karen J, Handyman Grant, and me, Colleen. So welcome back to episode 13 here on the Neighbor Ladies here on the Alive and Social Network. Now, Boston, I feel like you pick all these downer topics, so we're gonna have to.
We're gonna try to make it upbeat.
Okay, are we gonna try to make this upbeat? We're gonna go in for the second.
Well, I think it's actually more upbeat. The wall thing is upbeat because it gives us a little something fun to poke.
That's from the last episode.
Last episode. I'm sorry. And
that's okay.
But. You have to look at these things if you're a voter. You want to see these.
I had no idea this really existed. Is this a real thing, or is this a joke?
No, it's not a joke, and it's the GOP.
Well, it is a joke.
I mean, it's supposed to be a joke, but here's where it came from. Okay, first of all, it's called the Republican Rape Advisory Chart. Okay. You go to the website, and there's about 30 different places you can look for information on this. But this one, tracking the Republican Party's disturbing obsession with all things rape-related. And then they just quote every Republican that said anything about rape recently. And it actually goes back to 2003 with some stuff that Jeb Bush said. But let me just talk about this whole thing started as dark humor to dig at the Republican Party. Mm-hmm. And the Bush administration's much color-coded Homeland Security Terror Advisory Chart was what kind of, gave everybody the idea that, okay, the Republican Party's now got an obsession with all things rape-related. And it started with the 1-2 punch of Missouri Congressman Todd Akin's infamous legitimate rape comment, followed shortly by Indiana Treasurer Richard Murdoch's "Rape Babies Are God's Will" statement. Now, at the time, both men were running for U.S. Senate. They both lost their races, pretty much solely due to their disgusting, comments. So, somebody went ahead, as we often do in social media land, and put together this little chart with all the fabulous comments that Republicans have made about rape. So I thought maybe we would want to discuss it. Now, I'm sure we could also put together a lovely chart for our next episodes of the good things Republicans do and the Democrats do. But I just found this to be kind of alarming, and I wonder what you guys thought of it. Do you really believe? We know people say these things. Okay.
I believe here's one. Yeah, I believe a human life is precious. Now, if a woman gets raped, she can go immediately to the emergency room, and as you may or may not know, administration of certain drugs can prevent. It can act as a contraceptive if done within hours. It will generally be possible. First of all, that sentence doesn't make any sense. Oh, it's Ben Carson. Oh, no wonder. He doesn't make sense.
No, he doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's almost as if they gave him some sort of drug and they are making him perform without, like by remote control or something. It's bizarre.
Yeah.
He doesn't structure sentences well.
No.
Huh.
No, and I often wonder, he looks kind of young to not be practicing medicine anymore. Is there a story there,
Right.
that we just haven't gotten to yet? Oh, but who has the time? Okay, and then
are you intimating that somebody put him up to it?
Yeah.
You think somebody put him up to run so that they don't look so old and so white?
I think they went after
somebody doubt it.
and they needed a plant.
Huh.
No, seriously. I mean, look at the whole Republican, picture there. And then Ben Carson made it to the major section of the debates. I found that
is
even
bizarre.
more because he wasn't the best choice.
No. Carly, what's her face? Was much better. Weird.
Yeah, I mean, I don't spend a lot of time in sci-fi political thoughts, but that did occur to me that, maybe he... when I first
Stuff
heard
like that happens. We find out about it 25 years later.
Yeah, when they feel we can handle it.
And in the moment, no, that would never happen.
Right.
And then 25 years later, we always find out, oh, well, guess what? They did something like that.
Right.
Huh.
Well, maybe this is too heavy to talk about.
No, I don't... We could talk about anything. I just think it's so bizarre. Anything they have to say about female bodies is bizarre to me. Because why are they talking about it? They have
Right, they have no idea. But I mean, look at some of these deep
what
statements.
What did Rubio say?
Pardon me?
What did Rubio say about it? Is he on there?
I don't know. I have Rick Santorum's comment, and I found him very disturbing. The right approach is to accept this horribly created in the sense of rape, but nonetheless, this is still a gift of human life, and accept what God is giving to you.
Oh, for God's sakes. You know, they're going to shut down the government because of health care for women. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, what is going on with these Republicans?
It's all about controlling pussy.
It is.
That's what it is. No, I'm serious. It all
right.
boils down
It
to.
is.
Okay, and how does that make
Here's what
us-
Rubio says. He doesn't
you.
say anything. Here's it. Senator Marco Rubio was among the Florida state legislators who voted for the so-called Scarlet Letter Law in 2001, which required single mothers to publish their sexual histories in the newspaper in order to place their babies up for adoption, even if the woman was a victim of rape or incest.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah, I mean,
And they're so afraid of Planned Parenthood.
because
it's-
if women
wow.
control their own bodies,
Yeah.
what's the point?
Right.
It's
Right.
just like the sex industry. If it's decriminalized, then all the trafficking goes away.
Yeah.
Just about. I mean, I would have to imagine, because if you're a guy that's looking to buy sex, why would you go down the alley and find a pimp? Or would you like to go to this well-lit legal
Right.
brothel where everybody is
Right.
tested and and the women, and it becomes demystified. It actually becomes maybe a job choice for some women.
Right.
Right. Then it becomes destigmatized.
Yeah.
It becomes more empowering for women to have this thing between their legs rather than shameful, something to control. It's all about control. It all boils
all
down to
about
controlling
control.
pussy.
You know,
That's what it all boils down
It
to.
does.
It makes me sick.
Amy
They're afraid
Klobuchar
of it.
was at the fair on Friday when I was there, and NPR was interviewing her, and they asked her about Planned Parenthood and the shutdown, and it was just beautiful. She said on the microphone, "All of it just pisses me off." And I thought, all right, Amy.
yeah.
She
Good,
can't really
good.
say what she really thinks, but that's pretty
Wow,
close.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
That was pretty
close.
brave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, if you don't have a vagina, you don't get to say anything about it.
That's right.
Right.
That really,
That's right.
that's what it boils down to.
Yes.
but the fact that there are volumes on this website, and it's not the only website out there, with quotes from Republicans.
Well, when did these guys start losing their unilateral control? When women had the more control women had over their bodies, the less they depended on men.
Planned Parenthood has
Right.
been a big threat. A big, huge threat.
Right.
Yeah, I guess I just don't get it.
No.
It's hard for me
Well,
to
there's
think
nothing to get.
that you're an intelligent man and you have this viewpoint. I
Yeah.
mean, if you go, here's the ashamed father rape, okay?
Right.
And it's Republican Senate candidate Tom Smith, again, saying, I live something similar to that fate with my own family. Put yourself in a father's situation. Yes, this is similar. And what he's talking about is his daughter got pregnant out of wedlock, and he's comparing that to being theoretically raped and impregnated, okay? That's when I started reading some of this stuff, I was like, okay, this isn't even rape. The girl is not married. She gets pregnant. The guy's clueless.
Yeah.
He doesn't get it.
Oh, because he's so
You know?
ashamed that
He's so
she's not
ashamed
married.
that
Right.
she's not married. That
Didn't
this is
Sarah
like a
Palin
rape.
do that same thing?
And didn't this happen to her daughter twice? She's Bristol's on her second child.
Yeah.
Right.
I wonder
Bristol
if Bristol
of the
speaks American. Doesn't she speak American?
Yeah.
Yeah. What does that girl do for a day job? Maybe she writes this website. Wouldn't that be funny?
She was on some sort of abstinence council. Seriously, she was drawing $100,000 salary from some abstinence council. Same.
What, she
people-
wasn't eating chocolate? Because obviously she was having,
Yeah, I know.
she was making the hot fudge sundae there. Is that what the new phrase is for this deal? Never mind.
Fudge
Oh, come
sundae.
on, think
I don't
about
think you
it.
can
There we
get
go.
pregnant from that.
No, that's the term they use on the radio. A
Oh, I
couple of our
see.
local stations for referring to, getting it on, so to speak.
Really?
Having sex, okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, I never heard that.
Yeah.
Me
Wow.
either.
Okay.
Huh, hot fudge sundae.
I'll Google that. We'll check it out
Okay,
later. It's
all
a
right.
legitimate thing, right? No, you have no idea.
Not a
It's-
clue.
Yeah, I never heard
You're
that
out
before.
there on the
Against
island
what?
by yourself.
Oh, please, it's so lovely.
Because right here,
It's
we
me
would
and
all
the
just say having
Republicans.
sex.
This
Well,
is in
how about this?
Boston's
Next
world.
week I'll bring hot fudge Sundays for everybody.
Oh, yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
great.
Just
I
got
like
awkward.
it.
Just got awkward.
I don't know if
Yeah.
I don't know if I can wait later. 11 o'clock will do it. Thank you.
Jeff Bush
uniform.
allowed a law to pass in Florida in 2001 that forced single mothers, including minors and rape victims, planning to put their children up for adoption. So these are minors and rape victims who are single mothers have to advertise their sexual histories in the newspaper if they didn't know the identity of the father.
And this is what I'm saying. You need to know this stuff about the candidates.
Wow.
I mean, how disturbing, how bad of a situation was it for those girls in the first place to let alone have to make it public and do it like that? What are they thinking?
Yes.
You know, like,
That's
Right,
the-
right.
I feel
Yeah.
bad sitting
Scarlet
here as
letter
a
bill.
man, personally,
Right.
for my
Power and control.
Also,
my gender. Jesus.
what if you can't remember? Can you just say, is there a box for that? I don't remember.
Right.
Can you just say, I
Right.
don't remember?
I'm
I
sure
don't
they
remember.
all
I
make
don't
it
remember.
up, right?
Well, it's their right to not say anything too, right?
Right, exactly.
Just keep it to yourself.
Right.
Huh.
But I don't want them to say that because
Or
girls
say
need
it's the Immaculate Conception, for Christ's sake.
Right.
to see what they say then.
Okay, my favorite quote in an angry sort of way is the legitimate rape definition, okay? And this, you guys have heard this again, it's Todd Aiken. If it's a legitimate rape, the female body has ways to try to shut that whole thing down, okay? That, I know we've heard that on
That
the news.
whole thing.
That whole thing. Oh, wait, yeah. And then Ron Paul, always, just my favorite, counselor. Honest rape is, if it's an honest rape, what the heck is that?
Yeah,
What
what?
is that, Ron?
Those two words can't
If
be
it's
put
an
together.
She
honest
was wearing
rape,
her hoop skirts and
And
her
she-
bonnet.
and she put
Was
her
she
knees
wearing-
She was
together
Amish.
with an aspirin between her legs.
No
you
ankle
know.
was showing. It was 2:00 in the afternoon
But-
on a Wednesday.
But this is what he says.
Her
If it's
brother
an-
was in the buggy.
Honest rape.
Yeah,
in
if
the same
if it's an honest
sentence.
rape, that individual should go immediately to the emergency room, and I would give them a shot of estrogen. Okay, not real sure, Ron, where you're coming from, but you're
What the
out there.
fuck is the estrogen for?
Okay, and I just need to tell you, these are
honest?
presidential candidates that we've either had in the past.
Let's
or
put them on
currently-
Meet the Press.
Meet the Press.
Why not? Put them on Meet the Press.
Sunday morning.
Another Rubio thing here for Karen J. Rubio doubles down. This is something he said. There shouldn't be abortion ban exceptions for rape.
Yeah, I know. I knew he said that.
He said that. So there's no abortion ban
What a
exceptions.
loser.
Yeah.
Who was that said that?
Rubio.
Oh,
Rubio.
of course, yeah, he's special.
Yeah. They're all charming.
They sure are.
Well, okay, so now you know why I brought it up, right?
Right.
You got it?
We
Let-
get it.
Let us not forget when we go to the polls some of these things.
All right. When we come back, we're going to take this into pop culture town, but we're going to stay with that rapey theme. How does that sound? That sounds good. Kind of. I don't know.
It's a new adjective.
You're that rape theme. Woo! You're listening to the Neighbor Ladies. Whew. The Twin Cities Hit Show is an online radio show broadcast live. Where? From the Alive and Social Studios, from the Twin Cities, Monday through Thursday at 9:30 a.m. Every day, you're going to hear hilarious commentary and the latest news from your hosts, Rusty Gatenby and Chuck Gollop. They will do and say things local morning shows can't or won't. So don't forget to check out the Twin Cities Hit Show here at the Alive and Social Network. Okay? Listen and find out more at aliveandsocial.com.
Meet your neighbor lady, Karen J. Karen J., have you ever been sexually inappropriate with someone?
Ooh.
Yes.
Pass.
Come on.
No, you can't.
Tell me.
Okay, yes. One time, I was co-hosting the TCUMA Awards, and my co-host Chantel Sings and I were both joking around about our boobs, right? This is backstage. And then and they were just like jiggling out, and I just was so caught up in the moment. I grabbed her boob. She liked it, but
Okay.
I mean, but I did feel bad.
But it could have gone either way.
Well, right. But I mean, I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Because she was like, you know? And I was like, oh, I thought we were goofing around, you know? Yeah, that was the only time.
You totally grabbed a boob.
I did. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And everyone's like, did you get a picture? Anybody see that? No, but I actually felt really ashamed about it afterwards. Because I was like, oh, I shouldn't have gotten so caught up in the moment. But like, we were goofing around, you know what I mean? So, okay, stop judging me, Suzanne.
We're not. No one's judging.
No,
I was
I asked
judging.
you if you wanted to see my tits a long time ago.
I know, and
Episode
I said
like one or
yes.
two. Suzanne?
I did something that I was very ashamed of. I was helping a friend move, and I saw in her kitchen she had a Home Depot name tag, and it said Greg, and I threw it under her bed. So when we took her bed apart, I went, "Oh my God, look!"
Oh, no.
And she went, "I don't know how that got there." And I said, "Yeah, right."
Greg.
And there was like a whole bunch of people moving her, and they're all like, "Oh, wow, Gary."
That was like an ingenious. It was kind of a slut shame, but not really. It was kind of a joke. Yeah, that is kind of funny.
Boston?
Oh, well, I suppose I got to be honest because you guys are looking at me. I just, out of my garden, I picked some fresh cucumbers. There were 2 or 3 that were of vibrator size, and I left them on the kitchen counter for my neighbor friend whose husband was out of town. With a little note, use me if you need me.
For salad.
He came home early. He saw the note first. True
Always
story.
use organic.
Right.
Yeah.
No pesticides.
No pesticides.
The problem is I knew that this had happened, and for weeks, nobody said a word in the hood.
They just kind of let it. Oh, okay.
They were used in a salad, as I found out later on.
All right.
Colleen? How about you?
I have been sexually inappropriate with a lot of people. But I guess, how can I think probably when, I'm just trying to choose which one. You know, which time. No, seriously, because when you think about it, we normally, as women, we don't think about being sexually inappropriate.
You're right.
Yeah.
Because we just assume our advances are welcome,
Right.
right?
Exactly.
And they're not always welcome. And I think I grabbed a guy's butt. We were on a date, and I think and his butt looked really cute, and I'm pretty sure I just reached out and went wah wah, and I grabbed his cheek, and he was not
Not
cool
pleased?
with that. Not
Yeah.
cool with that at all.
Wow.
I
Welcome
know.
to our world.
And I felt really
Right.
stupid
Yeah.
because I thought first of all, I mean, and I also would do that to a girlfriend of mine, not even think I'm
Yeah.
a total butt toucher.
Yeah.
So, but I felt really stupid.
Butt toucher.
I'm a total butt toucher. You know what you're saying about that funny thing that you did to your girlfriend?
Name tag. Yeah.
That was great.
my girlfriend Tina she was redecorating her bedroom, you know, and she's funny. She's really funny. She goes and she's like a true Sex in the City woman. You know, she goes out and picks up men, and
Right.
she's a professional lady. She's awesome. But you know, she has 3 or 4 affairs, I would say, a year.
Right.
That are true one night stands, you know?
Yeah.
And so she was redecorating her bedroom, and I saw this thing at Marshall's, and I bought it for her. She said, "I'm just trying to find the right thing above my bed," and you know, she wanted a sexy bedroom, but not too sexy because she's got to get you ready in it, and it's also kind of got to be a home office. And so I wrapped up this thing, and what it was like a rustic plaque that was really meant for a kitchen, and it had a saying on it, and it said, "Enter as strangers, leave as friends."
Beautiful.
I said, "I totally have the right thing for above your bed." And I was at her housewarming party.
How did she react?
She laughed. She's like, "You bitch." It like
like
her
that.
kitchen, enter strangers, leave his friends. But
Two little neighbor ladies skipping next to the saying.
You can only do that to a good friend.
yeah, exactly.
Truly,
Yeah.
she's a keeper, man.
She knew I meant right by it. Oh, man. Good times. Welcome back. You're listening to The Neighbor Ladies. And Karen J., you wanted to talk about Damon Wayans and his big mouth.
Yeah, Damon Wayans Sr., the comedian. No, keep in mind, this is the senior, not the junior. He defended Bill Cosby. He went on the Breakfast Club's radio show, and he said some of the victims were unrapeable and questioned why they had waited so long to accuse him. And he said he questioned why the women waited so long to say something. 40 years, listen, how big is his penis that it gives you amnesia for 40 years?
Oh, he's trying to make a joke.
If you listen to them talk, they go, well, the first time. The first time? Bitch, how many times did it happen? Just listen to what they're saying, and some of them really is unrapeable. I look at them and go, you don't want that. Get out of here.
Oh,
So I don't think, no, I don't.
So he's saying they're ugly.
Yeah.
That last thing. They're ugly.
Yeah.
So no one wants that. So they're unrapeable.
Right.
And then the first time he's saying that people can't be raped more than once by the same person.
Yeah.
Because, it's like you've already gained entry,
Yeah.
right? So, of course, you
And
can
you
go
left
in
us
anytime.
friends.
Right. Well, no, or not left
Well,
as friends,
and
right?
he's-
But that's another thing with men. They think
Yes.
that's like men
Yeah.
that rape within their marriage.
Oh, sure.
Sure,
They,
they
think
think
if
I've-
you get it the first time that it's just open season.
Right.
Wow.
And then he also claimed that most of them were after the money hustle.
Wow.
Right.
What money hustle, though?
Yeah,
I mean,
really.
I know that a few of them were said to be people that auditioned for the show or auditioned in projects that he was involved
Well,
in.
he did specifically go after young actresses
Yeah,
that were
that's
just
right.
starting
The
out their
pattern.
careers,
Yeah.
and the idea would be that he's going to help them. That's how he'd get them in. I want to talk to you about your career. Come on over and have a
Wow.
drink. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
okay.
that's his conceit. That's
Right.
his way of luring them in.
And he was a
Right.
huge deal from, 84 on there, you know?
Still a big
Not
deal.
only the huge deal, he was like the dad, ghost dad from Dr. Huxtable, and he was also like he preached like in all his interviews. Every time he was on KQ, he'd always say, treat people with respect, clean
Yeah.
comedy. There's no need for swear words. There's no
Right.
need for, he was that kind of guy that he put him. That's where this to me is the worst, is because he portrayed himself
He's
as
such a hypocrite.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
portrayed himself as like the good guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Safe, the guy that you could trust. And
That's
he
what guys like that
complete-
do, though.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's what they do with.
He did it so much, though, too. You know, I
And he
mean,
did it
was
so
over-
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the thing. We all believed
Yeah.
him. I mean, he was the all good American dad.
Right.
And I remember when he would perform, when he wasn't filming the show, I remember seeing him here at a sold-out show at the Met Center. That back then you paid $40 a head to see, which was a lot of money then.
Yeah.
And it was a huge deal. It was like going to see the comedy god.
Right.
And you did, and everybody, you bought his crazy books for your parents. There was one on fatherhood. I got it from my dad. He loved
Right.
Bill Cosby.
See,
Because I don't know. It's so disappointing still.
that's what makes it even more disappointing. Not that
Yeah.
saying. I mean, I guess
wonder
that's
how
a terrible thing to say. but
Damon
it's
Wayans
really
is
hard.
going to be dealing with the aftermath of saying this. I
Well,
mean, now people
he's
are going to be.
he was kind of irrelevant for a while. Like he hasn't really done much.
Is that why he
You know,
said it?
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure the publicity helps, but no, I think he really believes that Cosby's innocent, which is really sad.
Yeah, then he's insane.
I don't even know who Damon Wayans is.
From In Living
In
Color.
Living
The
Color.
Wayans
Living Color.
brothers.
That was a huge show. That was
It
a-
was,
a
yeah.
breakout show for
He really
so many
hasn't
people.
done much since then, though.
Yeah.
A lot of weird comedy movies, but nothing to brag home about, really.
Yeah.
And there's a senior and a junior? Mm-hmm. Okay.
And when it first came out, it came out on Hollywood Life. They accidentally put Junior on the picture instead of
Sure,
Senior.
sure.
So then they quickly changed it after about an hour. But like, I always feel bad when they do that. When they post like the wrong perpetrator in a
Right.
picture or something.
Right.
Right.
It's like, come on.
So has Junior said anything about it? No, he won't. He'll just like let it ride until it blows, and hopefully it blows over.
Hopefully, I mean, I don't know. I was really surprised though because I was a fan of Damon Wayans.
I was a big fan, late in the 80s because, and that was the first, hey, I'll get racist. I mean, there weren't a lot of black.
Let's get racist.
Let's get racist now.
With
Here
Boston.
I go again. I'm not talking about the Italian neighborhood I grew up in.
Wait, are we talking about Negroes or colored people?
Nice callback on that. That was beautiful. Yeah, to my roots. Hey, I just spent some time with my 98-year-old grandmother, man. You haven't lived she's got some opinions.
But no, I love that show.
I love that show, but one of the things that Cosby did during that time frame was, and he did it probably right until about 4 or 5 years ago, he talked directly to black men and told them what they needed to do to clean up their lives.
Right,
Yep.
pull up your pants.
Pull up your pants,
Be
and
better people.
Yeah, and
Do as I say, not as I do.
Exactly. So I find this whole thing, just such a paradox, and it's so disappointing because I think a lot of black men, kind of looked up to him, and he was really big in the education system in his hometown and also in central Massachusetts where he ended up living. So, or western Massachusetts, and I just find it. We all know it's disappointing, but. I'm not sure. This Damon Wayans. He keeps. It's just so weird because he hasn't been around for a while, and I'm wondering if he just took this op to get a little notoriety.
To be like the one guy that sticks up for him.
Yeah.
Well, I do
Whoopi's
think
not
Kind of like
doing it.
Stacey Dash, the black female Republican. Like,
What?
and they always say Stacey Dash from Clueless. You mean, that movie from 1,000 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I do think that some black comics or just black men in general feel like it is a race thing with him,
Yeah.
which kind of pisses me off too because I don't think it is.
No.
He basically, I remember it in the 80s and then it went away so quickly. And there's no way that wouldn't have happened for anyone else. And he's black.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
He had the power. He had the money to make it go away for a short amount of time.
a long time.
Yeah.
It went away
Well,
for a long time.
Yeah.
Right. I remember hearing about it early on, and
Yeah.
people saying, "Oh, this is an open secret, an open secret that he's a raper, that he drugs ladies."
Right.
Wow.
Right.
Well, was there anybody else out there with that kind of power and money doing it too?
Could
You
be.
know, it could be. And what are we going to hear next?
Yeah.
I can't think that this was he was not that he worked with somebody else, but I'm just saying there's other people that have probably done this too. Doesn't make it right. Interesting.
Oh yeah, it happens all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I'm naive there. It's
Oh, let's take a little break and come back and talk about the state fair really quick. Should we?
Yeah.
Let's do it. All right.
yeah.
Meet your neighbor lady, Karen J. Karen J., who wouldn't you trust with your drink at a party?
I wouldn't trust anyone other than myself.
Smart. Suzanne?
Bill Cosby.
Touche. Boston? Who wouldn't you trust at a party holding your drink?
Oh, my husband for sure. Totally. I know him too well. I know where he's going.
In uniform.
Especially in uniform.
Oh yeah, in the hat.
Colleen?
Who wouldn't I trust with my drink at a party? I'm just trying. Who's got that look about them? The look that they could do something inappropriate at any time, or if the circumstances were just right, they would take advantage of you.
Yeah.
Norm Coleman.
Oh God, yeah.
I think he's a secret
Oh.
taking advantage of her.
Very good.
Yes.
That's
Very
what I
good.
think.
Yes.
I don't think he's not done. Let's say he hasn't done anything to me.
Right.
But
Right.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
if the circumstances were just right,
Right.
if
Right.
I was maybe passed out,
I think
You
you're
wouldn't put it past him.
I would
absolutely
put it
right.
past him. Yeah. Welcome back. You're listening to the Neighbor Ladies. Hey, State Fair's all over. How many times did you go, you guys?
Once.
Once?
None.
None?
I didn't make it. I was out
At
of town.
all?
No, I know it's horrible.
I went for
usually
the
go
llamas.
twice.
Oh, yeah, you went to the Llama
Yeah.
Rama. How'd that
Llama.
go?
Well, good.
Yeah? What happened?
Well, I missed the dress up. That was the night before. And I missed the obstacle course. So really all I got was the little 4-H'ers walking their llamas around a circle, but it was awful cute. And And again, it's even though I've known this for years now that llamas pee for 10 minutes, it still just blows my mind, when I watch them pee.
I really wanted to see that too.
Do you spend like the whole 10 minutes?
Watching
you're
them?
that focused.
Karen, Boston, they right in front of me. They do it right in front of. They know. I've been there so many years. I've been there as many years as they've been
You
there.
bring it out of them?
Telepathic.
You bring it out of them?
Yes.
Courtesy urination just for you.
And there's
Oh,
some
here's
that
Suzanne.
go poo and pee at the same time.
Wow, that's talent.
I can
I
do
know.
that.
That only happens after
something
like
yeah.
Taco Bell.
But the fair's great.
Llamas at Taco Bell. Now that's my imagery. I'm sorry. I really am sorry I missed the fair. Took the boy to
I know. I
college.
kind of
What
feel
can
bad
I
too.
say?
I know. I was gonna go with you, but I was still
Yeah.
in Chicago.
I wanted to go
Yeah.
more than once because
I want to go every day.
I want to go every day. I have friends
Yeah.
that go every day. They live right across the street from the fair, and they go every single day.
I would love to go every
and they
day.
see all the free music, and it's just fun
Yeah.
for them. And we did go. We went from my boyfriend and I went from 10 a.m. until 7 p.m. So we made it a good
Right.
long time, and it was a
Right.
great day. I did not see a llama.
You missed out.
I know, but last year I bought a llama hat.
You did?
Oh yeah,
Oh.
yeah, nice llama.
It must be really warm.
Super warm. It's
Yeah.
fabulous. I love, I like petting them. I always think about
Yeah.
llamas. I always think about
They're very sweet.
getting a llama, but you can't keep them in
I
rental
know.
property.
I know.
Landlords frown
You
upon
can't
that.
keep them in New Brighton either.
No, you really?
No.
They don't let you?
No, they don't let you.
Why?
I don't know.
Couldn't be worse than a
you know
big
that-
dog.
There's then I met this judge from 4-H, and he told me all about the difference between llamas and alpacas, and he said that the worst thing you can do is breed a llama with an alpaca,
Why?
because they're not very cute. They're not very cute, and they're a little bit naughty. And alpacas are not well behaved until they
waiting for
reach the
Boston's
age of
face
5.
is awesome.
Like
It's-
waiting for some
it's-
scientific sci-fi llama thing, Martianette.
They're naughty.
Because they'll
They're
pee
naughty.
for 20 minutes.
Oh, 20? Now
Yeah.
that would bug me, man.
Yeah.
I'd be like, whoa.
Animal breeding freaks me out.
Yeah, it's pretty weird.
Like having any sort of say over it freaks me out. I just like to imagine them doing it all by themselves.
Yeah.
And not having not having anything to do
Right.
with it.
Right.
But like I have 2 goldfish. I don't care what they do.
Right.
They might be guys, they might be women, they might
Right.
be just having a lovely time of it.
Right.
And I might be killing their eggs every single time I clean out the tank. You know
Right.
what I mean? I don't
Right.
know. Whatever. Their life is their own.
Yes.
I've created their ecosystem.
Right.
Now they can just
their
live in it.
bedroom is their bedroom.
That's right. It's none of my business. But I don't like to think of you. And you hear like they know too when they're being bred. Like the koalas or the pandas. It's not the koalas. It's the pandas. They know when they're getting bred because the females get treated better when they're pregnant, and they'll pretend to be pregnant so they can get more
So they can get
sugar.
better food.
So
yeah.
they can get better
Yeah.
sleeping
Smart.
conditions. They're very smart.
Yeah.
And that
it's
happens
ki-
time and time
it's
again.
like humans.
I think I might go home and pretend I'm pregnant.
That's a good
I
thing.
need
yeah.
some ice cream. I
Right.
need some ice cream.
I need lobster and steak, honey. I
Yeah.
really do. I'm expecting. Well, I'd have to call an ambulance for him, but that would be fine.
So I mean, but they're saying and that they're the llama and the alpaca offspring are not cute and they're
Yeah.
naughty.
And they're naughty.
How do we know? Just because they're from
I saw them. I saw them firsthand.
like how did they get
They're,
naughty?
they're
Are
not
they-
very cute.
Oh.
Their necks are a lot longer and kind of thin, and their ears aren't good looking.
You ever think about animals? Okay,
What do you got? The Prince George ear on the llama?
Jeez.
Right. And they're little. They're little. They're small.
so their bodies are small and their necks are really
Yeah,
long.
yeah.
Okay, you ever think about this? You ever think about reincarnation? Okay, and now I've got a cat. I've got 4 cats, and I put a mirror up on a low part of the wall,
Right.
Or I had it lying against the wall, right? I had
Like you
this-
do for birds.
Well, I had this mirror, and I just had it. I didn't hang it up yet, and so it was hanging. It was sitting against the wall, And the other day, I saw Toby, one of the cats, staring at himself. And it was like, and he was high, catnip. We have catnip all over the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was stoned and he was staring at himself. And he was just like,
Yeah, they do that.
looking. I've never seen a cat look at himself. And I thought, what if he used to be a bus driver in the 50s? You know what I mean? Like, what if he's super high? And what if he's saying, what the fuck?
I'm a cat. Oh my God.
I'm a cat. How did this happen? I shit in a box?
I thought
You
I
know?
lived with the hot blonde.
Right.
Oh my God. I'm a cat.
I'm a cat. Do you think that's
I think it could happen.
like if our life force recycles and all of a sudden you get into the body of an animal and
Right.
hopefully you'd be one of my cats because I treat them very well.
Right.
Yeah.
But then what if you were a llama alpaca?
Or what if you were
A
Push Me
lamaca.
Pull You?
A what?
Remember Push Me Pull You
No.
from Dr. Dolittle?
Yes. You had
Yeah.
a llama on each end, right?
Yes, llama on each end.
Yeah. There was
Talk
no,
about
Sad.
They had
talk
no
about
butt.
double llama.
Yeah, there was no. They shared the center, so to
Is
speak.
that like the human centipede before there was the human centipede? The
I
push me
love
pull
that
you?
Yeah,
movie.
yeah.
You love that? That's not a children's movie.
I
You're
know,
talking
I
about
know.
It's not. And,
I
and,
yeah, I love it.
and parents tortured me watching that when I never mind.
Push Me, Pull You?
I'll see you shrink. Oh,
I'm gonna have to look push me pull you up.
Yeah.
Good
do it.
show, you
I don't know
guys.
what that
Yeah,
is.
too-
All right. See you next episode.
All right.